Would it be unreasonable to bury my principles for some cute photos of fat babies covered in icing and cream?
I hate everything about that.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 23 of your favourite parenting podcast. This is Overly Honest Dads. This is the podcast that aims to give you an honest look at what our world of parenting is really like. My name's Matt and I'm your host, and I'm joined as ever by my friends Magnus.
Good after... It could be any time for these guys once again. I've done it again.
Yep.
Hello, everyone.
Yep, to keep it simple, Stupid and John.
Hello.
Brilliant. Welcome to our show. So let me tell you what's in store for you very lucky people. We start, as always, with dad news. This is where we tell you a bit about our lives as dads in the past week, and then we move on to a product review. John is going to review his shitty swimming pool.
Yes.
I've kind of given you a preview of his thoughts there. Listeners who have been with us for a while might remember that we've talked about this swimming pool before, including John's stress in terms of filling the swimming pool up with a kettle. Then we're going to go on to our new segment that we debuted last week, The World of Parenting. Our boffin Magnus will give us a science story, and our jester John will give us a slightly more light-hearted story about parenting. And then we round off with Am I Being Unreasonable, which is where we take some problems people have posted up on Mumsnet and give our opinion about them. So let's get going with dad news, and Magnus is going to take us away. So Magnus, the floor is yours.
Well, hello guys. So my dad news is I'm still cycling. I still wear lycra pants.
Twat.
Yeah, and John is
no
still a plum.
Two melons fighting in a sheet. That's what I think of.
Well, I like the feeling.
Yeah, dumps.
It feels nice. So related to my child, Quinn, she's properly combining words now to make very short sentences.
Yeah.
Now, in Czech, there is this cartoon called Kurtek, and my pronunciation
Come on.
is Kurtek. It's a mole. Yeah.
Okay. Is it the little mole with the hat?
It is, yeah.
That's popular in Germany as well. We've got one of those moles somewhere around here somewhere.
Yeah, in a lot of places in Europe as well. Now, she's saying things like, hello, mole, and bye-bye, mole. Mm-hmm. It's so sweet. Yeah. And when she doesn't want to do something, she firmly says, no, bye-bye. Bye-bye. No. It's so cute. That's a nice addition to this week.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice.
Cool.
Over to you, John.
That was quick.
Yeah, I know. That's what she said.
Not much happened in the last week then.
No, really.
It's really fucking boring.
It gets to a point where it's like a year and a half and it's all the fucking same.
Yeah.
Sort of.
There's far fewer leaps and bounds that there are as there are earlier on, like when we started this podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But John's got 3 kids, which gives him plenty of ammunition for this segment. So, John, what's your dad news?
All I will say is motherfucking school time. They're going back to school, baby. It's beautiful. So
COVID Central.
Yes, they've gone back. COVID Central, social distancing. Apparently, they've got sections in the playground where different years can play. And they were very excited for the first day. The second day, they're like, "Do we have to get up early again?" Literally broke on the second day. They're like, "Oh, do we have to go to school tomorrow?" They literally just don't want to go back because they have to get up early. It's quite fun. But yeah, it's brilliant, to be honest. Them going back to school, you can hear a pin drop in the house. It's fucking beautiful. I mean, it's amazing. And the only thing I'm very gutted about, I think they're learning less in school than they are at home.
Oh, really? In what way? What do you think?
I sat there and asked Liam, so what did you do in maths today? And he's like, we had to assign the number 10 to the number of figures. And I'm just like, we were doing the 13 times table together, and this kid is now assigning things to boxes. And I'm just like, how? I think he was learning more at home, and so was my daughter and my son. To be honest, they want him to go back to school, but I think they learn fucking less. And I question the fucking school system in a primary school.
That is
I really
partly
do.
because you are relatively well off and have the ability to provide learning tools which other people might not have if they're not quite so lucky as you.
Not really. I'm not well off.
Compared with people who are low income, like who might not have regular access to the internet or laptops.
You're a privileged motherfucker.
No, but they don't use a laptop. They just spend time learning off YouTube. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't take much. Everybody's got YouTube.
Well, not necessarily. Some people don't have money to buy iPads or things to access YouTube from.
£1,000 pools and expensive
swimming pools,
kettles. I can take my time and fill the pool with the fucking kettle.
My fucking swimming pool. Don't let me get started. Anyway, Matthew, tell me, what about your week, bitch? Sorry, Matthew.
Yeah, that's a bit mean.
I love you, really.
No, I'm not so sure, John.
No,
you tell me you
do.
do. You tell me you do, but deep down, I feel pain.
I had a desperado tonight, and I feel very lively.
Yeah, John is drinking more than he usually would.
As you can tell.
So sorry in advance, listeners. So my week, it's been a fairly normal week. We've been working. Amelie's been at nursery. One thing I'm trying to do is trying to prepare Amelie for the things that I want her to do in the future. So I'm being kind of selfish, but things like I want her when she's older to be able to go on roller coasters because some little girls aren't that keen on roller coasters. They might be a bit scared. So what I'm doing is, so when I walk her back home from nursery, whenever there's a downhill slope, I run and I go to her. Do you want to go fast? And she goes, yes. And so we run down. And then whenever there's a bump, I go, it's getting bumpy, and then go really fast over the bumps. And then whenever there's a turn, I turn it into a what's it called when race cars go? Slalom. We slalom round, and then just generally trying to get her used to, a bit of rough and tumble.
Were you scared of roller coasters when you were young?
I wasn't, but I want to make sure she isn't.
Yeah.
Are you? Were you?
No.
Fucking, I loved it, man.
I love being tossed about.
Give me, yeah, baby. with the pinky and the nose. No, but I'm surprised that kids would be scared. It's such an excitement. I used to love it. It was such an excitement even when I was young.
We have these bridges. There's lots of green areas in my part of London, and there's lots of little streams as well. I'm talking about rivers and streams, not wide. The widest part is maybe 5 meters, right? And it's like half a meter deep. And then you have these bridges, these really nice bridges that have got very ornate.
You throw your kid off the bridge.
No, I don't. I hold her hand and we walk over it. But the slats of the bridge allow you to see underneath. Now, the width between the slats is maybe 4 to 6 millimeters. It's not a lot. But once she realised that she could see underneath, she no longer goes on bridges.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. She refuses, and this is a new development.
So I have a clear memory, right? And this is our messed up.
Why are you guys talking over my dad news? I was giving you some nice dad news, and here you guys are shitting all over it with your stories about bridges, whatever bullshit you're about to say.
I wasn't. I mean, to be honest,
I'm guessing it's going to be rubbish.
No, the fact that you're exposed into a little excitement is nice.
Yeah.
I think when I was younger, there was no protection over excitement at all. I mean, I remember my cousin going, hold this snake down with your feet, and he cut the fucking snake's head off. And I was about 6 at the time, and I still vividly remember the body flopping about and the head sitting there. Like, you're really, like, in a way, you're getting her excited, but I remember my cousin completely ruining my childhood. Like, the 80s kids really got fucked in compared to the protection we're offering our kids.
You don't get snakes in Walthamstow, John. I mean, I'm not sure how I can compare.
Well, you get rats in Walthamstow
kids can be scared of irrational things. For example, the other day, I found one of the bicycle horns. You know, the ones that go, yeah, one of those ones, right? And it's like, she didn't know, she'd never seen it before in her life. She was sitting having food in the kitchen. So I brought it up to her. I was like, look, babe, chicken, have a look at this. And she shit herself.
My son
No, it was so bad. She started shaking.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Oh, DBD, man.
It's me again. I really fucked up.
My son used to be terrified of ice cream vans. He used to hear the music and run away. I'm just like, has he seen It or something? Like some fucked up clown movie, like where he hear like funky music.
That reminds me about one tip I'll give to all the parents out there. This isn't my tip. This is something that someone I used to work with told me.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. Any more would be too much. And so if you have a kid and there's an ice cream van coming and it's playing its tune, we all know that tune means that please come and get ice cream. Yeah. Ice cream is available. So my former co-worker taught her kids that sound meant that the ice cream had all run out.
Nice. What a dick parent.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, this is similar to my dad. When he used to give me yogurt, he would peel off the lid. I don't know if I told you this before, but he would peel off the lid and say that the yogurt on the lid was poisonous, and he would lick it. I didn't get it for years, but then he died.
For fuck's sake! Every time you're like Phoebe in Friends. I swear to God, like every time. Like...
Where did we get to the point that dead parents becomes a meme? But that's where we're at, and I apologise to all our listeners out there for this. Hopefully, you take it in the spirit in which it is intended. So that is
very bad spirit.
Yeah,
the spirit of a ghost, whatever.
But bad taste, but with good intentions. I think that's probably a good way of summing it up. So anyway, we're going to take a very brief break, and when we return, Johnny's going to review his shitty swimming pool. So join us for that in just a sec. Welcome back to Overly Honest Dads. And now we are on to John's product review. John is going to review a rather underwhelming swimming pool. So, John, take us away and tell us, first off, let's start with the name of the product and where you bought it from, and also how much it cost you.
So, the swimming pool is called the Best Way Steel Pro swimming pool.
Steel Pro?
Yes.
So, is it made of steel?
No, not really. It's just the name of it.
Okay.
It's got metal brackets around it. So,
okay. Let's paint a word picture for
Let me paint a word
listeners.
picture. Okay, so just to be honest, the pictures you see on Amazon and you see on any of the sites that you can find this on, you see a very, very happy, middle-class family, around 6 or 7 people in the pool. It's, to give you an idea, 2 meters 20 by 1 meter 50.
Okay.
And it's about 60 centimeters high, roughly.
Okay, so not super high.
No, not, 150.
I was going to say, because 60 centimeters isn't
yeah, so it's
far.
a meter 50 high.
Okay.
So it's a fairly decent size.
Mm-hmm.
Now, £231, which is the original price that I bought it for, and it seemed reasonable. You think, £231, even if it fucks up, who cares?
It's a fair amount of money, but also, it's not a purchase you're going to have to agonise over. I don't
So this
think.
is
as long as you've got a decent amount
investment.
of disposable income.
Well, this is a COVID investment.
Seems to have dropped in price since.
Oh, really? What are you seeing?
£160.
Well, I imagine also
the
that
221, yeah.
The 12 foot. Is that right?
It's got 4 bars on the side, and then 3.
Is
Show me the picture.
No, it's probably wrong.
No, that's a small one.
Well, in any case, I imagine swimming pools are cheaper in September than they are in the summer.
Agreed.
So this is just to show the guys the picture. So it's a fairly decent size.
That's a big fucking pool, John.
It's not a massive
How
pool.
did you do that with a kettle?
You cunts. Anyways, the idea of this was, we're not going on holiday this year. 3 kids, they're going to go crazy. Let's put something up in the garden. The wife kept nagging at me, and I thought to myself, great excuse. He'll fuck up the grass. I get to relawn the bitch. It'll be amazing. Great stuff. Anyways, 230 quid. I'm just thinking, cheaper than going on holiday. Why not? What they don't tell you when you buy this thing is, besides filling the water, which, it takes a while. It takes about 4 hours to fill the thing. Building it took 20 minutes. I was really surprised. Between the two of us, me and my wife, 20 minutes to put it up. Really easy. I was quite surprised.
Great.
Which is great.
Yeah.
About 4 hours to fill it. It took fucking ages with a hose. Not a kettle. Probably would have taken 12 hours with a kettle. In the UK, the water's fucking cold. Yeah. I spoke to my friend in Italy. In Italy, it's fucking cold with 30 degrees. The water stays really cold. Mm-hmm. So you then think, okay, what do I do? And you look up for a pool cover, and then a plastic see-through cover that you keep on so that it keeps the heat in.
Yeah.
And then there you go. You spend another 50 quid.
Uh-huh.
So, there you go. 320. And then it's just like, oh shit, the water's a bit murky, so we need to buy the filter for it. Filter, 100 quid. And there you go, you're a 420.
And then you need to get the pool boy
What?
to attend to the pool, and also attend to maybe, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say.
For him to play with my sphincter.
I was going to go for your wife.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, could do.
Okay. So let me just stop you there. So where did you buy this pool from? Where did you purchase
it was one of these websites. If you go into Google, you search for a swimming pool, and it was one of these shops that come up on shopping on Google.
That doesn't answer my question.
I don't know, because my wife won't send it to me because she knows I'm going to slate this fucking thing because I hate it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
My wife ordered it from her phone, and this is the issue I have. I don't actually have the thing.
Okay. So why don't you give us your positives and your negatives?
So positive, very easy to put it up. Okay. Negatives, they don't tell you that you need to order 50 different things. So you need to order a Hoover to clean the dirt that goes underneath. And it's a weird thing that you attach a hose to.
Excuse me, what?
With a net. It's like a swimming pool Hoover is the weirdest thing. A net to clean the shit that floats on top. The chlorine tablets, the little chlorine holder that floats around the pool. I mean, honestly, guys, by the end of it, it was 700 and odd quid plus 300 quid to fucking relawn the fucking garden.
Jesus.
So it's cost you $1,000.
$1,000 in total, yes. So what I would say is, positive is very easy to build.
Yeah.
Fun, they used it 7 times, so you can count it in 2 hands. And yeah,
over £100 per use.
That's a
I could have done with £700 for other stuff, to be honest.
Jesus.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like, fuck's sake. It's just. So yeah, terrible investment. I do not recommend it. And to be honest, the site that my wife went on, she showed me the reviews and the reviews were good. I now looked on Google and every other website, the reviews are 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. Because the thing is a fucking nightmare. Not only to fill, but when you have to empty it, is such a bitch. It takes so long to empty the thing.
But would you say this is just naivety or, dare I say, ignorance?
I think it's my ignorance, absolute ignorance on the subject.
Yeah.
The point is, I had a friend in Italy that had it, but
because I know
I never saw it. I know he had it and he uses it every year, but I didn't realise that the stuff that goes behind it. And to be honest, a complete waste of time in a country like the UK where you use it 7 times because it's only really warm enough to go in, 7 times in the summer.
Yeah.
Absolute waste of fucking money. If you live in the UK, don't buy it. If you live in Florida, you're probably dying of COVID. But
well, they tend to have pools anyway in
they
Florida
have proper pools
and
anyway.
California.
Yeah.
And places
but if you
like
live in the UK or any Northern European country, don't get it.
Yeah,
Complete waste
I
of
kind
money.
of think if you live in the UK or some kind of country where the weather is generally not that great, just accept it. Don't try and pretend we live in some Mediterranean paradise, because the fact is we don't. 51% of our days are overcast. Most of the year it's fairly cold. I mean, let's not pretend otherwise.
Yeah. So the only good thing about this is I'm going to get to relawn my garden and get a few things redone in the garden, which I'm quite happy about. But apart from that, and I'm not going to have an alopecia garden like Magnus, who tried and do it himself, the motherfucker.
What did you do with the water? How did you get rid of it? That's a lot of water.
It took a while. So I emptied a bit in the grass as much as I could.
Really?
Which...
How did you do that?
Dude, it took me 4 hours.
When you pop a swimming pool that size, the water's literally torrential.
Yeah, you should have just got a Stanley knife and...
Can you imagine? No, it's got a little... And this is the other annoying thing. To empty it, there's a thing on the side that you open, but it's not quite at the bottom. So effectively, it doesn't empty it completely. So the last bit, you actually need to get the little... I had to buy an extra thing to fucking empty it.
Another kettle.
Yeah, another kettle. But yeah, it just took ages. And now it's sitting empty in the garden because I need to undo it this weekend. So it's now empty after 2 weekends of emptying it. This weekend, I'm actually taking it down, cleaning it because there's all green fucking stuff because we left it there for a week and then emptying it.
You left it there for a week.
Yeah.
And it's...
So do you want to know my out of 10?
Yeah, go on.
-2. And best way Steel Pro, go fuck yourselves.
And I think the moral of the tale is that if you're gonna buy a product, we should all do our research.
Yeah, and don't just think you're going to get away with relawning your lawn because that's all you really wanted out of it. And actually, don't listen to your wife and do your research. In my case, anyway. Okay. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so fuck it, I can say it.
Fair enough.
Get stabbed.
Well, thank you, John, for that review.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's sad to hear a tale of such woe. Actually, it's not sad; it's quite funny.
Fuck you.
But we appreciate you sharing your experience with us and indeed our listeners. So we're going to take another break, and when we return, it's time for the world of parenting. So we'll see you in a moment for that. Jazz, bye bye. Welcome back to Overly Honest Dads, and we are now going to take you to the world of parenting.
We are.
So we debuted this segment last week, and the idea is just to give you a viewpoint on some stories happening out there in the world. Our podcast tends to focus on us, which I guess is kind of natural because it's our podcast, but we want to give you some information about what else is happening in the world of parenting. So Magnus, who is as I mentioned, our boffin will give us a science story, and John will give us a slightly more nonsense story. And so, Magnus, take it away.
Right, okay. Now, as parents, we're all very familiar with baby talk, as in our attempt to communicate. Exactly, with our infants, you know, with mutterings of goo goo, gaga, etc., in order to elicit some kind of fucking response from them, you know, maybe some kind of smile or splutter of happiness.
And we talked about this a lot during the babies Netflix documentary episode on this, didn't we?
Exactly, and how much we really try to get that, and we don't always get it, but you know, we do try. Now, to quote the Massive Science article from the 31st of August this year.
Is that the website, Massive Science?
Yeah, massivescience.
.com?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes. Scientists from Paris conducted a study on a group of newborns.
So,
your favourite
scientists. Le scientists.
Les scientists. You want to see my baguette?
Goodness.
Oh, God, John. It's always take it too far.
Baguette and mayonnaise.
You're living up to your role as the jester at this point, aren't
Indeed
you?
I am, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now, these French scientists, they conducted a study on a bunch of newborns, and they found that babies' speech perception skills are a lot more astute than previously thought. Okay. Now, for us to perceive speech as adults, our auditory system must be able to differentiate between pitch, rhythm, cadence, and correctly so. Otherwise, it's just a giant fuck up. Okay? Now, what they found is that these little shits are able to differentiate consonants similar to us.
Okay.
And they did this by comparing the scans of their brains when they're being spoken to, and adult brains as well. Now, altogether, this suggests that they have excellent speech perception skills, despite being fucking idiots.
Okay. So I take it that's your artistic license to use the phrase fucking idiots. That doesn't come up in the massivescience.com story.
No, but it should, because they are.
Okay.
You and the thought that babies are fucking idiots just it just blows me sometimes.
Yeah,
not in a good way.
It sort of implies that there's an alternative where you might have a learned baby that
it's pretty
is
much
very
across
intelligent.
Across the board.
No need, John. No need. Okay, so
Everybody heard that.
So Magnus, carry on.
Oh no, that's the end of the article. They're fucking idiots.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
All right, but that's still interesting, I suppose.
And I'm the jester. Like he says shit like that.
Well,
And I'm
I mean,
the jester.
but that's not jesterish so much as it's.
But the
like
thing is,
kinda
John,
harsh.
I'm backing up this with science. Science is saying that they're fucking
My
idiots.
article's based on Instagram. I'm fucked, mate.
All right, John, let's give us your article that you selected.
Man, this article. What an impressive
John
article.
conducted research on
Yeah, John did research.
Yeah.
He found it himself.
He
He selected it himself.
And I've upgraded from the Daily Mail. I mean, this is metro.co.uk.
Oh, wow.
Owned by the same people, though.
Yeah, pretty much. So YouTube couple launch competition to win donor sperm, and the internet has thoughts.
Now, the couple, you might think it's a man and a woman, wouldn't you? But it's not, is it?
No,
It's two women.
indeed. Which
So
I thought was
where
quite
did they get the
interesting.
sperm from?
Oh, this is very interesting. So, YouTube couple Ali and Sam have divided followers after launching an online giveaway for a vial of donor sperm.
Oh.
Wait.
I was thinking something else.
No. No. But this is how fucked up this is. LGBT influencers who have been together for 6 years posted a promotional competition on their Instagram announcing that the winners will be given a vial of sperm to help them conceive a child.
All right, where the fuck is this? I hope it's not in a goddamn fridge.
No, they're basically partnering up with a sperm bank.
Oh, okay. all right.
So basically, being paid by a sperm bank to promote this, which is just typical Instagram weirdness. But what I found interesting is by the competition has split the online community, with some considering it poor taste, while others seeing
it doesn't always taste good.
I don't know, never tasted it.
This is just what I'm
Considering
told.
it's poor taste.
The guy that wrote this had a fucking laugh. I'm telling you.
I'm not sure that was deliberate.
I bet he did. With some considering it poor taste, while others seeing it as an opportunity they couldn't otherwise afford. I know about 10 guys that I can think of. One of them used to be our sales manager right at the beginning when we first met Matt. That will
really?
quite happily plonk one in a fucking test tube and give it away for free. I don't know if it's an opportunity. I really don't think it's an opportunity. I'm sure you can find a random guy that would yank one out in a cup.
No,
well, it's obvious if they're doing it for a sperm bank. They're obviously getting good rates.
No, I mean, I think there's a lot more things involved in choosing your donor sperm. I think having a random cokehead recruiter father your child, so, you know, I don't think that's really how you want it to go.
But if you think about this, they'll win a vial. They don't even know who the fucking guy is going to be. You know, they're going to find out when they get the vial. Oh, by the way, this is some like crackhead. Like, you don't know. Like, you're going into a competition without knowing, you know, who the fucking donor really is. So effectively, it's not a great opportunity, is it? Because you know you don't know what the fuck you're getting. I mean, you could be getting, you know, an average redneck with, you know, an 80 IQ or something. Like,
could be getting a hamster.
Yeah, it could be getting hamster. You can
Some
get
of these hamsters
zebra sperm.
are motivated.
Zebra sperm.
Yeah,
why not? But yeah, that was the article.
I just drifted off for a moment there, and I
because you never listened to me.
To you here talking about zebra sperm. What the fuck happened there? Like, really?
You said you could be getting hamster sperm. I said you could be getting zebra sperm.
Why? How did this come about?
Because you don't know what the fuck they're going to get. They're going to get a vial. You're saying, it could be, you know, it could be some shitty sales manager. Of course, they wouldn't take that. But how do they know what the fuck they're going to get out of this competition?
Oh, well, I think companies...
It's not going to be an astronaut, is it? Because they're not going to sit in there wanking into a fucking cup. They're out fucking shooting rockets in the air.
I'm pretty sure sperm banks have standards. At least I'd hope they do.
You know, if
they have vintages
really
of sperm.
Problems. If, like, say you're a mixed race couple, if you went for zebra sperm, that'd be interesting.
Oh, you're such a dickhead.
Is there any more of that story that you can regale us with before we round off this segment?
No. I want to round off my fucking head into a sink right now reading this. I mean, it's just, this is typical 2020 madness. I mean, Instagram, people getting paid to promote sperm banks. I mean, I just thought the whole article was fucking ridiculous. But yeah, this is why I'm the old jester of the podcast, or the dickhead.
Oh, I wouldn't say dickhead. I'd just say idiot. I think that's probably appropriate. Thank you very much, Magnus and John. So that is your tour through the world of parenting for this week. We are going to, again, take a very brief break. And when we return, we're going to give you some Am I Being Unreasonable to finish off this show. So join us in just a moment for that. Welcome back to this final segment of the 23rd episode of Overly Honest Dads, and it's time for Am I Being Unreasonable? So this is where we take you through some stories that have been posted to Mumsnet. They're problems, questions that people have, and we give them our responses to their questions. They've not asked us specifically, but we're giving them anyway because that's what we do. So the first post that we're going to cover today, the subject line is Cake Smash, and the poster is called Sleeping Standing Up. Now, Cake Smash. Now, I didn't know that cake smashing was a thing. Apparently it is. Get ready. I'm going to tell you all about it. So the post reads as follows. When Dear Son was 1, I was opposed to cake smash photo shoots because it was a waste of cake. And he was tube fed, wouldn't have touched it, and was actually in the middle of a 4-month awful hospitalization for his birthday. And when he came out, he ate even less than when he went in. And he has sensory issues that would have made it not viable. Now I have twins who would devour a cake shop between them who don't seem to have any issues touching messy stuff or eating anything. And I really want one, but I know they're terrible. Would it be unreasonable to bury my principles for some cute photos of fat babies covered in icing and cream?
I hate everything about this. I had to Google cake smash.
I thought it was porn. I mean, I really did.
Yeah, so did I.
It sounded disgusting. And it's as bad as disgusting porn.
I had no idea what one of these things is, but apparently it's where you get babies and a cake and they just smash their way for a cake, and you take photos of them smashing a cake and covering themselves in the icing.
I bet this
cream.
woman is the same idiot that did the baby reveal and burned California half to shit. I bet you it's the same thing.
These are the same basic people that go to pumpkin patches and take 500 photos of their kids sitting amongst pumpkins because that's what you do. So what do we think about cake smashing?
John, you go. I can't talk.
I don't know. just fucking. I don't know. Cake smash your fucking head in. I mean, it's just
that's
ridiculous.
a bit harsh.
No, it's
not.
It's just
really
fucking
not.
stupid. I mean, again, this is the same as the baby reveal set the world on fire shit. I mean, it really is. It's just so fucking stupid. Cake smash, like, and the fact that a fat baby's beaten into a cake. No, you should put your fucking baby on a diet if it's fat.
It's sick. Matt, it's fucking me.
It really is.
Fucking
It's just such
sick.
attention-seeking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It really is.
So let me tell you what some other
Same as
mums
fuckers
net-
that do podcasts. Attention-seeking bitches.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let me tell you what
Bunch
some
of
other mums nets think. Pixilius says naff and conspicuous waste.
Yes.
Vesta Tilly says they're an obscene waste of food and I don't think them cute, but it's up to you. Chips and P says it's a waste in my opinion. And yeah, it's similar. I mean, I think most
Skaldolf commented.
Most people are saying that it's ridiculous. Romeo Love Juliet says, for fuck's sake, you can't compost cake, it'll attract rats and other vermin.
All right, calm down.
Yeah, that's a very specific response. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Oh god, yeah, this one's good. So the poster for this one is called Name Change Me 2020, and the post title is Am I Being Unreasonable to Feel Like I've Completed Life? So Magnus just moved his head to the side and gave me a funny look. So let's read out the post. I feel like my life is a computer game that I'm playing, that I've completed all the levels and I'm going back through it aimlessly. I'm not sure what the point of it is anymore. I'll preface this by saying I know I'll probably sound ungrateful. You do. But I'm really not. You are. I'm so thankful for my life and health. I'm not suicidal or anything, just lost, I think. I'm 35 now, younger than both John and I. Met dear husband when I was 15. We travelled for a couple of years in our late teens, early 20s. Came home, dear husband set up a business. I tried a few different jobs until I came to work for my husband, which I still do now. We have built it up to a good standard, and although we're not rich, we're comfortable. We've paid the mortgage down and been on some lovely holidays. If you've paid your mortgage down by 35, I'm going to say you're rich. I have various hobbies: swimming, walking the dogs, and I love to bake and craft. They all sound boring. We would have loved to have children, but after 10 years of trying, I've given up hope that it will happen for us. Since then, I've just felt so lost and empty. I feel I've achieved everything I could want to achieve. I'm happy in our house. It could be happily be our forever home. I hate that phrase. And we've renovated it when we bought it. I've crossed all the places off I'd love to travel to. I'm not into material possessions. That sounds doubtful. I started saving for a designer handbag, for example, but stopped as I realised I wasn't that fussed because you already have everything you need. Even the hobbies I love to do, I don't enjoy anymore. I can't get lost in a book or film like I used to, or even Instagram or Mumsnet in the same way. Everything just seems so empty and pointless and flat. I just don't know what to do.
I would have posted a comment with how to commit suicide for dummies.
That's a bit harsh.
A complete waste of a fucking human trying to piss.
Again, a bit harsh.
She's posting on there to show off because that's what she's doing. She's showing off. She's showing off on other people that, look what I've achieved and now I'm bored. I don't know what to do in my life. I'll give a context.
No, I think there's room in life for nuance, John, and the nuance in this is that the post does make her sound a bit entitled and a bit maybe up herself, but at the same time, there's does sound to be a genuine problem there. At the same,
I must admit, look, I retract my incredulous head tilt earlier on. I don't feel she's coming across as entitled. She's giving context, and I'm hearing that. I'm hearing it from someone that is incredibly depressed. She may not even know it.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Depressed.
But don't moan on Mumsnet. I mean, go and see a fucking doctor.
You're allowed to do whatever.
Yeah,
you're allowed.
I hate the internet.
I think part of it is that she probably just doesn't know how the grass is always greener, isn't it? And there's probably things that she has that other people really want to have and might never have in their whole life, like financial security, and the ability to go traveling whenever you want. And I think it's just one of those things where you think everything that's going to fulfill you usually often doesn't, and you find happiness in the strangest of places, but it's usually not where you think you will find it.
Exactly. I agree.
Indeed. I was going to ask you if you had anything more to say, John, but I think we should move on, shouldn't we?
Matt, for a guy that has seriously considered suicide, I really think this woman's trying to attract attention. And she should just go fuck herself, honestly.
Okay, well, this is Overly Honest Dads, so...
Very honest.
One of the threads I wanted to...
Harsh.
Oh, mate, she's just looking for attention on a fucking website. This is what I hate about the fucking internet, is giving people a microphone. Pretty much
Magnus,
like
we need to get John another drink. We need to get John another drink.
Give me another drink now.
Quick, go to the kitchen. Okay, next post is from someone called PonLife87, and the thread
Pon
title is Husband's Downtime. We have a 16-month-old daughter who's a terrible sleeper. Both my husband and I work. He does 5 days a week. I do 3. We split maternity. Or we did split maternity. When I was off, I did all the night wakings. When he was off, we shared it. As past 3 a.m., she will not settle without feeding. She is breastfed. Now we are back at work. He does the first shift and I do the second shift. She tends to end up in bed with us from about 4, as otherwise I'm up every 30 minutes settling her. We have tried everything. We tried having her in bed with us all night, but she just wants to feed constantly if I'm near her and won't accept Dad. So I get to my point. Dad has always been a night owl and stays in his workhouse every Friday until 3 a.m. doing projects. Having
a wank.
Yeah, well, you're going to get at least 3 or 4 in until 3 a.m. This means we have to swap the shifts. What?
No, sorry. Just don't know how
Guy's
you
a
do
fucking
so many,
genius.
but okay.
He really is.
This means we have to swap the shifts. This means I'm up between 10:30 to 3, resettling her. Then when he comes to bed because she needs to feed, I'm awake hourly resetting her, and she will only accept me. Then, because he has been up until 3 a.m., he gets a lie-in. I kept the lie-in the following day.
And DBD of the week goes to...
Yeah, I've expressed I'm unhappy about it as I get next to no sleep all Friday night because I'm essentially doing both shifts. He argues that lots of men or women go out every weekend. However, I do not think it's okay to go out every weekend until 3 a.m. if you have a child. I don't see why this is any different. I suggested he can go out, but take the baby monitor to do the first shift, and he said no. I suggest he goes out and come earlier, say maybe 12 to 1, and he said no. Am I being unreasonable with my request? Is there a middle ground? Can you offer any other solutions? Please note this is not a request for advice to help baby sleep better. I've tried everything.
You're owned.
Once again, yes, you are being very unreasonable for accepting this.
Yes,
very unreasonable for accepting it. I mean, this guy is a fucking genius. How he's getting away with this, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Absolute cock, deadbeat dad of the week. Yeah. I'm sorry, Magnus, you lost the spot. This guy wins.
Damn. There we are.
Yeah, I remember wanting to have my usual like late night staying up, watching shit on the internet, browsing online, listening to music, doing whatever. And you do have to be honest with yourself and say that that's selfish.
No, but the reality is you actually feel guilty. I would feel guilty, genuinely feel guilty if I did that.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? What you're describing is guilt. You feel guilty if you fucking shit all over your partner who's helping raise the child. It's your responsibility as a fucking parent.
I agree.
Dickhead.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. So I think that's fairly straightforward. Our poster is not being unreasonable.
No, she's not. We love you, darling.
So our last post for this week, the the poster is called "Fuck This for a Barrel of Biscuits," and
nice.
And the thread title is "Partner Just Pissed on the Kitchen Floor." We have a downstairs toilet. It was less than 3 steps away. He fucking pissed on the kitchen floor. Now he's trying to sleep on the sofa while I pacify his daughter, who I love dearly, because he put her to bed at 5, presumably PM. Keep getting, why are you being Mardy? Babe, what's up? Why are you being off with me? Well, perhaps because I'm parenting your child while you claim to be exhausted on the sofa, and to think this moron is begging me to have a baby with him. Give me strength.
Has he actually? How did he piss on the floor? Yeah, he pissed on the floor.
So he was drunk.
All right.
So she later goes on to clarify that he was drunk. Yes, he's pissed.
Nah, that's horrible.
And she later says, anyone else living with a toss pot right now?
There we go.
I've never done... Oh, actually, to be fair, I did, and my granddad beat the shit out of me. I sat on the toilet, didn't realise I sat too far out and pissed on the floor by accident.
Really?
But I was in my 20s. I wasn't a fucking father. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I guess don't get ridiculously drunk when you've got a kid at home.
Yeah.
Amen,
That's
brother.
the moral of the story. Yeah. That's a fairly straightforward one. I mean, she wasn't really asking if he was being unreasonable, because quite clearly he was, but she just wanted to vent, and it was a funny post.
Very funny. And I love the name. What was it? Over a Barrel of Fucking Biscuits, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Lovely.
Okay, so that's going to bring us to the end of this episode of Overly Honest Dads. Thank you so much for joining us. I know I say every week that we thank you for taking the time to listen to us, but that's because it's really true. We do value your time, your attention, and your ears. So all that remains is for me to thank my 2 podcast pals, Magnus.
My pleasure.
And John.
Thank you.
My name's Matt. I've been your host, and I'll see you again next time. If you want to email us, you can find us at overlyhonestdads@gmail.com. That's overlyhonestdads@gmail.com. overlyhonestdad.com. There's an Instagram page where John posts bad memes. You can find us online at Instagram at overlyhonestdads, and we're now on YouTube as well. So if you don't want to just listen to us, but you want to look at our logo whilst you listen to us, you can go to YouTube and see just that. Don't know why you would, but the option's there if you need it.
That fucking logo.
Yeah, we love the logo.
If somebody wants to draw a new logo for us, please do and email it to us. We love you. If there's an artist listening,
and
please
we will
do.
pay.
With a sperm vial.
Is this?
Yeah, just actually, if you want to do some work for us and we can pay you in sperm, just pick which of us you want the sperm of.
Do you want the jester, the cunt, or the geek?
I'm the host.
Yeah, you're the geek. He's the cunt. Sorry.
All right, okay.
I got away with that.
All right.
We'll also throw in a used kettle.
Yeah. And a shitty swimming pool. So thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you again next week. We've been Overly Honest Dad. You've been brilliant.